injured here. 1v1 Siwal Frontier blue side. It is Toilailee playing a Warboss. Melee commander walks through cover. Good offense, support and disruption from the front lines. Very, very angry. Up against is Dark Riku as an Apothecary support commander. Fights melee by default. Has a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Toilailee going for shooters into sluggers. Dark Riku with tactical marines into scouts. Pretty standard opening for Space Marines. Toilailee with a non-standard opening with double sluggers here. Are we going to see Boss Pole and or Bang Bang Hammer to support them boys? We'll see. Pretty good 1v1 map. Have this huge line of points running down the center. Tactical Marines behind cover here. Going to face off against all of this Ork infantry. This is bad. Need to back them off. Here comes some more scouts to lend their support. Not a very good combat unit though, with just their bolter scouts. Shooters will melt them pretty fast, especially with their upgraded. Here comes the Apothecary. Warboss is still in the northeast though. Double sluggers trying to catch these scouts in retreat. Forward thinking by Toilailee. Chopped them good, but only got a single model. That was pretty unlucky not to get two there. You see the tactical marines with their health regeneration aura from the Apothecary, that green hexagon. Durable heavy infantry. Fight range with these bolters by default. Apothecary moving into double sluggers. Is Toilailee going to try and pressure the Apothecary? And he does. Putting both slugger squads on him, which is not a very efficient usage. Put one on the Apothecary and one on the scouts. Perhaps these guys have shotguns now to try and deal with those sluggers with the shotgun blast. Big shooters already up on the shooter boys, and these tactical marines will cap this power point 50% faster than anything else, apart from commandos now, of course. Keep forgetting that. Warboss decaps mid. Haven't seen him in action yet. Apothecary got a little bit of experience from that engagement, so all round not too bad for Dark Riku. Just lost a single scout. Was held up a bit capping, but now he can get back to it. It's going to be a 2-1 for Toilailee. Now taking bolter fire is the Warboss. Here come those shooters. With their two big shooters allows them to suppress, and there you see it aiming. What's that? Suppressing the tactical marines to stop them firing at the Warboss. Warboss now smacking them with that huge chain axe of his. That's the special attack which misses the tactical marines. Now the Apothecary getting pressured and needs to use his heal on himself. Dark Riku now trying to keep his tactical marines and the scouts in play, kiting away from the Warboss, moving back to base, and here we see some Devastators. Are we going to see Storm Boys to try and counter them, or will he just use his numbers to try and get around it? Scouts, these guys do not have shotguns, so that was very, very dangerous. There's the shotgun blast, knocking back both of the squads, but only suppressing the squad that you target. Devastators are now set up. Have a heavy bolter which suppresses infantry by default. Can get a las cannon in tier 2. Can also get advanced targeters, which allows them to use vengeance rounds, which is an awesome upgrade. And it's only 75 requisition, I think. Looters on the field for Toilailee. Set up team that suppress with a big nasty death gun, and these guys are really, really good in elite. Power wiped out by these sluggers. Now they must retreat through the field of fire of the Devastators, and he might lose a squad, and does lose a squad. That's a blow for Toilailee. Is he going to be able to come back from this? Northeast being retaken by scouts, so Dark Riku should get the 2-1, and he's taking his power to rebuild all of his generators. Toilailee has 3 up. Angry Bits on the way for the Warboss, a very popular tier 1 war gear for him again, now that it gives him the health regen. Tactical Marines getting their flamer, they will burn down these generators. Looters are setting up. Dark Riku making the right choice and backing off, doesn't want to get suppressed and caught there. Double cap for Dark Riku. 454, 426. Devastators capping mid. And this is huge map control for Riku. Toilailee needs a miracle, doesn't have the resources to get Storm Boys or anything like that. That might not even be the best idea with shotgun scouts around anyway. Here comes the Warboss charging in with Angry Bits. Sluggers backing him up. Do not have their burners. There is a war. Can he turn around and get some models off these scouts? Trying to get a Tactical Marine, and does get a Tactical Marine. That's a good engagement. Doesn't attack the scouts though in retreat. That was a mistake. Could have at least got a single model there. 400, 426. Triple cap for Dark Riku. Toilailee spreads out and caps. Is he going to get anything else in tier 1? It's going to be a big decision. Dark Riku going for Assault Marines. This is a very heavy tier 1 for Dark Riku. Although he doesn't have any war gear for his Apothecary, he does have a Flamer, Shotguns, Devastators, and now Assault Marines. Tactical Marines get reinforced. And Toilailee goes tier 2. What's he going to go for there? Perhaps a Death Dread. A quick Death Dread would be pretty nasty. Death Dread is only 250-70 to get on the field. Another 140-20 I think to get its burners and bits. We do have the Bang Bang Hammer now up for the Warboss. Not a power weapon in Elite, but still a very nasty piece of kit. Also had its buff radius increased. And there's the Now I'm Angry charges going straight for the Devastators. Straight through the terrain and gets to them. Nicely done. Needs to keep an eye on his shooters though. Looters will get jumped. There is the jump. Devastators forced off. One of them taken out by the Warboss and these sluggers. Surely he's not going to keep these sluggers in play. There's a shotgun blast. There's Use Your Choppers and Odd Boys. This is a huge risk from Toilailee. Yeah, and he wasted those buffs. Shouldn't have tried to take on Attack Scouts and Assault Marines, and he knows it as well. Northeast being capped by these scouts. Dark Riku doing a good job keeping these guys capping while the rest of his force fights. Warboss forced off, almost went down. 70 hit points. And Dark Riku now goes tier 2, and Toilailee is getting a Death Dread. 250, 70, 12 pop. A very nice little walker if you can get it on the field quickly. Much like the Blood Crusher, doesn't quite have the mobility of the Blood Crusher, but it does have nasty splash damage, which the Blood Crusher does not. Looters get jumped. Here comes Sluggers. And a Knob Leader on the way for these guys, and this guy is pretty nasty, the Knob Leader. There's Swampum as well, boosting their speed by 1. Also makes them take 50% less range damage, including that Tactical Marine Flamer and those Devastators. Dark Riku chasing with his Apothecary. Here's a Death Dread. Takes out a Devastator there, squished. And it's getting burners and bits. There we go, takes it up to 1050 hit points. And has these front mounted Flamers, which are amazing at taking down generators, as well as scorching anything else that moves. 288401. It's a triple cap for Dark Riku, hitting tier 2 now. It looks like this Death Dread is going to try and hit generators, and we have the missile launcher already queued up for Dark Riku. And look how quickly it gets on the field. Only 15 seconds build time I think for the missile launcher, which is way down from I think 40 seconds in retail. 40 seconds was perhaps too much, but I think 15 seconds is way too short. Look how quickly you can get this vehicle pressure on the field with Tactical Marines. I think that needs to be looked at. Perhaps 20 or 25 seconds, 15 seconds is way too short. Death Dread also ate a Melter Bomb from the Assault Marines. Here is the Warboss though to straighten them out, and a Death Dread turns around and cracks someone. Dark Riku needed to use his heal there. There's Now I'm Angry. Warboss trying to hold up this stuff. Takes out an Assault Marine. Here come Devastator's Warboss now in retreat and should get away. He's now level 2. Do we see advanced targeters or anything? I don't think so. Relying on the Assault Marines and the Tactical Marine missile launcher to take care of the Death Dread. 268, 333, now a triple cap for Toilailee. Tactical Marines will cap mid. Shooters being very annoying, decapping this fully matured rep point. Assault Marines have their sergeant retreating back to base to reinforce. Missile launcher gets a hit on a Death Dread. Hasn't been repaired. There is aiming what's that to suppress tactical marines, and they need to retreat. So good pressure there from Toilailee. Judge the engagement well, and more looters on the field. Gonna try and chain them in such a way that if an assault marine jumps the first looter squad, they will be suppressed by the second, and they won't be able to get far enough forward to jump the second squad. 268304. There's another melter bomb on the Death Dread going after the Devastators. Sluggers in amongst the assault marines. That was a heal going off. Trying to jump away, a bit staggered. They eventually do get away. Tactical marines coming out, getting way too close to these sluggers. Dark Riku's forgotten about them. Lose a model as well. Ouch, 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 ouch. This Death Dread really allowing Toilailee to push it. Takes another missile hit though. Needs some repairs, but the sluggers are in retreat. Toilailee might just try and take down the generators and put it down to the Death Dread doing its job. 268304. Would like to see this thing level up and survive though. It's almost level 2. Takes another missile hit. One more missile hit and it'll go down. If these guys jump in and put another melter bomb in amongst the Devastators. He hasn't had too much trouble dealing with the Devastators with Angry Bits. Also has Cyborg implants now. That's to try and deal with the assault marines. Apothecary goes down in melee to looters because the other looters are shooting at him. 268302, 2-to-1 cap for Toilailee. And he's done well to even it up. He's lost scouts, has Dark Riku. Toilailee using these shooters to cap, and they're fully upgraded with a knob leader and big shooters, and they will put out some really decent DPS to light infantry especially.
You shoot me, I shoot you.
No sign of a sergeant for the scouts. I thought we would get one to try and get some grenades on sluggers rushing in. Really should get these guys some burners, I think. Burners do give them a health buff and a couple of power melee weapons. Assault marines get a heal as they retreat, and Apothecary is now fully kitted out. Mastercrafted bolter, armor of purity, and improved medical equipment. A favoured build of Dark Riku. Full auto will allow him to try and deal with this Warboss, who's done really well, I think. Level 3 now. 268, 280. There's the 2-to-1 for Dark Riku. Might get a triple here. Really back and forth. Toilailee losing a Death Dread eventually, obviously now has these double looters. Unable to suppress those tactical marines who are going to take this building. No, they aren't. Going to shoot at this node. 257, 280. There's a single cap for Dark Riku, who is going to get a 2-to-1 because we have sluggers capping bottom. Mastercrafted bolter takes down a slugger, and now they retreat. Here come assault marines with their sergeant, and they're going to cap there. Something ran away. It was scouts. Level 2 Apothecary, very nearly level 3. Shooters capping mid. Looters need to reposition, I think. Devastators doing decent damage at range to those shooters. And these guys might wipe because tactical marines are also shooting at them. The missile launcher won't be able to hit them reliably, but the other two members do have their bolters. And he stayed on that cap way too long, I think. There is the jump by the assault marines, suppressed by the other looters now. 233, 280. Here comes the Warboss, and he's looking pissed. Huge charge, misses the assault marines though, who could jump again. A huge advantage that assault marines have over raptors in a way is that they can jump quite quickly after jumping. 231, 280, assume they don't use their melter bomb and stuff in a way. Scouts get away with a single model. Here comes sluggers using swamp 'em. Doesn't break suppression, but the 50% damage reduction really helps them get into melee. There is full auto on the Warboss, but he retreats out. 220, 280. Very close. Here comes a Dreadnought from Dark Riku with double looters. Will we see double beamy death guns? Or a power claw perhaps from the Warboss? Done really well with this bang bang hammer. 214, 280. triple gens up again for Dark Riku. Don't think he's touched Toilailee, so that flamer that he got for the Tactical Marines at tier 1 is pretty much a waste. 214-277 charges into his own looters, made them lose a model, but now the Assault Marines are under attack from this Bang Bang Hammer. Just seriously kicking ass. Looters also there. Assault Marines losing a model. Should make these guys into Stern Guard, I think. Easier said than done though. He doesn't have the power to give them a Sergeant and the Stern Guard upgrade. Here we see a Dreadnought with the Assault Cannon. Very nasty anti-infantry weapon at range, at long range as well. Also suppresses infantry and has the crazy barrage ability which can really hurt stuff. Walking right into these looters here. And he's going to use melee, is he? No. Warboss still harassing these Marines. Might go down. Can Tactical Marines get into melee? No, they can't. 214-205. There's the triple cap for Toilailee, and Knobs are on the field. User choppers and the beamy death gun getting shots in. Got one shot in anyway. Knobs with their heavy melee chain axes make short work of pretty much anything. 214-179 destructed by Assault Marines, and Dark Riku saves his Dreadnought. Well done. Hard Boys now on the Knobs. Both global bluffs on them, but they are retreating here. Just too much stuff for them to deal with the Devastator there as well. I bet he's wishing that he kept that Dreadnought melee. Melee Dreadnought can really help you deal with Knobs with its Emperor's Fist and general melee damage. Shooters being very cheeky, trying to take down generators. Riku wondering how Toilailee got to tier 3 and got Knobs on the field. More scouts on the field to repair the Dreadnought. These guys are getting a Sergeant. That might be to detect the looters as well. Looters can infiltrate, often overlooked perk that they have. 205-156. Here come those Knobs with their Knob leader now, an especially unpleasant chap. There he is with that horned helmet. Do not have their U jammers yet, but they do have Meaner and Greener. Allows them to use Frenzy. You can tell by the plus icon above Knobs. So if you ever see Knobs coming towards you and they have the plus icon, be very careful. Devastators are set up here. This is going to be a vital engagement, you feel. Shooters trying to cap under huge fire. Here comes the Warboss. There's that Assault Cannon barrage. Beautifully done. Almost wiped the shooters. They still have 5 models though with that much health. Here come the Sluggers, and here come Knobs. Dark Riku not seeing the danger, not moving his Dreadnought till very late. Devastators forced to retreat. Scouts double repairing the Dreadnought. Here come User Choppers, Knobs. And Dreadnought might go down here, taking hits from the Sluggers as well. Bang, down he goes. Dark Riku just didn't move it quickly enough. 205-132. More Devastators now. Dark Riku thinks it's BS for some reason. Warboss charging through everything again. And he's in Dark Riku's base basically. He needs to run away. What is he doing? He's going to lose his Warboss. Getting a bit overexcited about taking down the Dreadnought. Looters backing off. Has really managed his looters well, I think. Assault Marines catching the Warboss in retreat and taken down. Looted tank now on the way. Toilailee will be able to repurchase his Warboss soon enough. Oh, we have Tactical Marines taking down generators with their missile launcher, which does a good job versus generators. 2 or 3 shots and it's down. Here come the Knobs. Looted tank on the field now. Dark Riku can drop a orbital. (205-103) 1-to-1 cap. Knobs stopping for a moment. He knows Devastators are around here, I think that's why. How did the tactical marines get suppressed? Did the looters fire? I'm not sure. 188103. Here come the knobs using frenzy, break suppression, and renders them invulnerable. That was a big boom shot by the looted tank there. Dark Riku still in tier 2, of course, so he can't get terminators, can't drop an orbital. So ignore what I said a few moments ago. 159103. There's the double cap for Dark Riku. Toilailee capping mid with his Warboss. Shooters are going to go northeast, I think. Look at these scouts. Decapping the fully matured wreck point. Still a bit of a standoff in mid. Here come knobs to force the action, as they often do. Full auto, knocking down one of the knob squad there. And the shotgun blast, and he forces them off. Dark Riku needs to try and push against the tank. He has a las cannon up, but here comes the Warboss to hold them up again. Warboss really comes into his own late game, I think. Level 4, not too far away from level 5, 3/4 of the way there perhaps. Las cannon now moving up. The tank untouched so far. Sluggers capping mid. Can they finish the cap? There's the big boom shots. Really nice ability that looted tank has to disrupt as well as put out normal shells. Sluggers cap mid. Now they're going after the tactical marines. This is dangerous. Devastator setting up in their face though. They took out a tactical marine and then had to retreat. There's a level 3 tax. Apothecary just hit level 4. He's going to try and decap mid. Scout's doing an awesome job here, capping that wreck point and decapping this. There's a shotgun blast. Need to run away though. There we go. 139.41. Toilailee with a double cap is going to win this. That dreadnought loss was just too big to deal with. Obviously wasn't expecting knobs so quickly, and so didn't keep his dreadnought melee. Dark Riku's Apothecary went down and is instantly Laram and Blessing to get back to base. That's a global ability that the Apothecary has. 139.13, and there's a single cap for Toilailee. Assault Marines are capping bottom though. Beamy Defcon looters trying to shoot them. Here comes Sluggers. There's a single cap steal. Mid is being capped by tactical marines, and there's the 1-to-1. Dark Riku is going to get a 2-to-1 here. Sluggers, sorry, knobs in amongst scouts. Now running into devastators though. Ouch, 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 ouch. Set up teams that suppress, doing more damage the closer you get, of course. Apothecary now suppressed by these looters. These double looters have been really annoying. 1, 3, 4, 5. Level 3 devastators with a las cannon capping top. Looted tank did go down incidentally. And now stick bombers on the way for Toilailee. Warboss charging the devastators here. Does Dark Riku know about this? Look at the damage that hammer does. That was one hit. Here comes scouts. Bang. These guys have a sergeant as well. All four members get the shotguns when you have a sergeant, which is nice. Warboss is backed off. 130.5. It's the 1-to-1 cap. Can Toilailee pull this off here? Scouts biding their time, trying to cap bottom, but Sluggers are not going to fall for it. Devastators setting up again, and more devastators for Dark Riku. There are stick bombers. Throwing their stick bombs. Devastators completely avoid it though. 1275. There's a 2-to-1 for Dark Riku. Knobs will cap mid, or at least try to, and shooters are capping top. This might be the 2-to-1 that wins it. For Toilailee, no, here come Assault Marines to stop the cap. This is very brave. Desperation, just trying to stop this cap. Normally you'd never jump Assault Marines into knobs. There is Angels of Death, global ability of the Apothecary. 50% less damage and immunity to knockback. And it's keeping the Assault Marines in this fight for 15 seconds, but they do have to retreat there. And there is full auto trying to stop the cap, but it's not working. More devastators, but there's the double cap for Toilailee. What an awesome game. Toilailee losing those sluggers early was a big blow, but the Death Dread came out, allowed him to push. Dark Riku got the Dreadnought but gave it the Assault Cannon, which was countered by the rush to tier 3 and the knobs. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.